Welcome back to my channel. If today's the first time of coming across this channel, thank you so much for stopping by. I'm Dimma, a lifestyle vlogger based in India. So in today's video, I'm going to be talking about what I love about studying in India or what I love about Indian system of education. So if you don't already know, I'm a student and I'm still studying in India, and I'm also a mom. Without wasting much of your time, let's dive into the video. Number one is strikes. If you're Nigerian, you understand what I mean by strikes. So usually in Nigeria, whenever the lecturers are underfunded, or whenever they are not paid, or whenever the government doesn't meet up the demands of the lecturers, the universities over there tend to go on indefinite strike. Sometimes it can take years, sometimes it's months. So it affects the student. If you are supposed to study for like 4 years, if your course duration was for 4 years, you tend to spend more than that, maybe 5 years, 6 years, 7 years even. So it affects a lot. It affects the student a lot. But here in India, I've been studying here for the past 5 years. I've not heard of strike, at least for the university that I'm studying, and I know most universities don't go on strike. So we've never been on strike for my 5 years of being in this country. I've never heard of the word strike, even though students tend to protest sometimes if their needs are not met. Mostly it's the student, not even the lecturers. So they usually go on protest, but it's kind of a peaceful protest, but it doesn't disturb the academic year. It doesn't disturb the studies for that year or for that semester. Okay, I don't know if you understand what I mean. So strike is one of the things that affect a lot of Nigerian students, and you see that if you see somebody who applied for 4 years course, and somebody who is studying abroad, even 4 years, like somebody that applied for 4 years course in Nigeria is still in the university even after 6 years, 7 years, 8 years even. Other things can also affect the striking in Nigerian university, but it's kind of sad, like, to apply for a course for 4 years and you're spending more than that, you're wasting your time. Sometimes the students get tired and they will drop out of school. So number two is placement. In as much as Indians, most Indian, if not just most, all the Indian universities, they don't allow international or foreign students to apply for placement in companies, but at least they do it for their students. That is something to be proud of if you're an Indian, because where I come from, I'm not sure if they do it. Even when you've graduated, even as a first class holder, you are likely not to even get a job. So while you're even in school over there, you start planning what to do with your life. But here, at least they make effort to um create job opportunities for the students even while they're still in school. So placement is a kind of a program whereby most companies, a lot of companies, they come to recruit students even when they're still in school. So placement was one of the things I was deceived. Yes, I'll use the word deceived, because my university told me that when I was applying, they told me that no, I'm going to be placed in a company at the end of completion of the course. So that was what even motivated me most to come over here. But when I came here, I found out that the placement program was mostly for Indian students. But it's not bad. Lucky them, they are lucky enough to be in a country that cares for most of them. Okay. Third one is sex for grade or extortion. So, like I said, it's my 5 years of being in India, of studying in India. I've never heard of sex for grade. In fact, you don't even have, even if it happens, sex for grade, I don't know, I'm not sure, but at least for much that I know, I've never heard about it. Or even if it happens, it's going to be like a very, maybe small people, or a very small amount of people that engage in that, but it's not like something so common here. Okay, so I've never heard somebody talking about it. I've never heard somebody engaging in it. I've never seen somebody engaging in it. But back home, it's something that is so common. It's not like it's a student will go to a lecturer's office. It's not like you don't know what you've written in your exams, but the lecturer just want to take advantage of you. They will offer to have sex with you before they will grade you, or they'll offer for the male students, they will ask you to pay money, they will extort from you, and which is so bad and so sad. Okay, but here that I've never heard about it. In fact, you don't even have like a very close contact with with most of the lecturers, and moreover, the examination, and most of the time the examination are not being set by the lecturers of that university. Most of the time it's always like a different universities will set the examination for you, so the lecturer doesn't even know what is being said. Their own job is to come to the classroom and lecture and teach and go. So they don't have they don't usually have like that kind of relationship with the students. Like I said earlier, if it happens, maybe just a few number of people that engage in it, it's not like something so common. Okay. Number four is easy access to education. Indians will not understand the hustle of getting admission in Nigeria. Nigeria is so, their education system is so complicated, where you have to go through a lot of turns just to gain admission in that country. And that was even what even pushed me again to come to this place, because I spent almost like 3 years at home without getting admission. It's not like I'm not meeting the admission requirements, I am meeting, but the major problem in Nigeria is that you have to know somebody. You have to know somebody that knows somebody. You have to have money. If you don't have those two, you're likely not to go anywhere. And for me, in my own case, I didn't have that. I wasn't, my parents weren't that buoyant, and we don't have that connection. Okay. So that was why it took me like almost 3 years before I was able to gain admission in India. All that while I was applying admission in Nigeria, but the whole, it's not like I wasn't meeting up. Like I said, I was meeting up, but the whole process is so complicated. But for these people, is write your exams, at least for the majority of the courses, aside from medicine. I heard that the medicine here, it's mostly a generational thing. For instance, if my family is had okay, if my father is a doctor, like it's because of this their caste system. So medicine, this med and surge is usually reserved for the upper caste. That's just what I heard. Okay. But every other courses, it's easier to gain admission, to apply for admission, and you'll be admitted. If you're an Indian, if there's I stand to be corrected, but this is what I've observed over the years of being here. Okay. If it is not, if it's that's not how it is being done, let me know in the comment section. Okay. So number fifth is easy access to study material. Guys, it's so easy, like at least for the university that I study, it's so easy to access the study material. The lecturers also make it make effort to provide you with a lot of study materials. There is a library, national libraries, a lot of libraries where you can visit to make your own research. There's enough internet, enough data that you can use to make your own research online. There are books you can use to. So if you're not meeting up with your examination with the grade you intend to, that means the problem might be coming from you. Okay. But I'm sure most of the time the lecturers, they make effort to provide those materials. Unlike where I come from, where everything is money, the lecturer will just go and download a PDF file and distribute it to the student. They will ask you to pay for handouts, pay for this. Everything is all about money. But here that I am, the only thing you owe the school is their tuition fee. Once you pay your tuition fee, nobody is going to come and ask you for anything till that academic session is over. Nobody's going to ask you to pay for this, pay for that, pay for this, pay for lecturer this, pay for lecturer that. So like when I came here, like the whole system was so different. It was like so different from what I used to see back home. And I'm so happy, like my 4 years course duration was completed successfully. Like if these people say, okay, that if they set academic calendar, they will try as much as possible to meet up. So even before the semester begin, even before a new semester begin, they've set up their own calendar. The school has set up their own calendar, and they're going to follow that calendar smoothly. There's nothing like strikes, like I said. There's not like, okay, we had this program, so they will draw you back. No. If they tell you that the academic year is stopping at so and so day, that is when it will stop. That is when it will stop. No delay, no problem, nothing. As long as I'm concerned, and as far as long as it concerns the university that I attended, I know it's still the same with most universities here. That is how it is being done. Everything is so organized and programmed. Before you even start school, they've organized everything. So it's like it's helped for effective running of the school. But back home, it's not like that. Back home, the lecturer can just wake up one morning and they will say, okay, we are going on indefinite strike. all your dream, all your hope, all your plans for that semester will be shattered. And it's so bad, and it's so bad, guys. It's so bad. Okay, without waste, thank you so much for watching. I think that is all I have to say. These are the things that I love about Indian system of education. I know that most people, so most foreigners who are here, or especially Nigerians, they will testify to that. So thank you so much for watching, and see you in my next one. Bye.